Good morning. Happy Saturday, everyone. Broadcasting live from a small town between Guadalajara and Tequila, Mexico. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we're going live. On the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, we do all things Mexico. We try to travel around, show you beautiful places in Mexico. We talk about places to live in Mexico, what it's like to live in Mexico, and we try to share with you. It's just a lot of fun. I love Mexico. I've been down here almost 20 years now, and I really enjoy it. We have a lot to cover today. There are a lot of new developments going on, and welcome everybody. If you're in the house, leave a comment and tell us where you are. Crapo, Dr. John. Good morning, Dr. John. He's been out cutting grass this morning, apparently. Dr. John put up a new video on his channel this week, actually about a day or two ago, and the link is in the description below. Subscribe to Dr. John's channel and click the like button after you watch his video. Christine from Montana. Good morning, Christine. I hope it's warming up there. It's April, Christine. Elizabeth from Nova Scotia. A beautiful day. I bet it's beautiful. Mal Larkey. Good morning from Seattle. Linda Burns in Arizona. Jack Webb. Good morning, Jack. Are you back in Lexington? Are you back in Kentucky now? Victoria from St. Louis, Missouri. We have a lot to cover today. Oh, and people are just rolling in here. Victoria. Oh, Victoria in St. Louis. Cindy, always good to see you. James and Rena, James and Rena, 7 days till retirement and 17 days till Ajijic, Las Vegas, Nevada. Okay, and James and Rena, I want to interview you guys before you get here. And please, James and Rena, please email me and let me know if we could do a morning interview sometimes between Monday and Thursday. Please email me and let me know. I'd rather not do Sunday, actually. Katrina, good morning from Houston, Texas, and that girl. Hola, everyone. Buenos dias, that girl. Woo! Yes, sir. We are back in the States, unfortunately. Yeah. Stay away from people you don't want to get shot, right? Oh, yeah, let's do it. Yeah, James and Rena, please let me know a day, sometimes between Monday and Thursday in the morning would be best. John Colby, hello from Hudson, North Carolina. Hola, John. Brian Maida, good morning. And all that is in the house right on from Minnesota. Mark Tucker, Paul Lou live from southeast Minnesota. Christine, 35 degrees and it's due to snow later today. Montana, that's funny. Okay, Henry. Okay, you guys, we got some really new developments going on. This is, I thought I could tell you this last week. I've been here for 3 months. I've been in this house for 3 months. On the 1st of May, it will have been 3 months in this house. And this house is probably, if it's not the best house I've ever lived in, it's one of the best houses I've lived in. It's a beautiful place. The interior is beautiful. The deck over here on my right-hand side is beautiful. The scenery is beautiful. The yard is beautiful. But I've been here for 3 full months now, and I'm starting to reconsider how I can live. And I've got some clips here. CMT 63 in the house. That's Chris and Mark. Chris and Mark, I partied with them in Ajijic. Not too long ago. I'll be partying with them again shortly. BJ Smith, USA, Washington, D.C., Jordan White. Hello, Bill. Never got the YouTube warning you were on. I'm sorry about that. I don't know how that worked. Mao will be crossing the border 4 weeks from tomorrow. Come on down. But anyway, I'm going to show you guys some clips about what it's like to live where I'm living now. And I got a couple of photos for you guys. If you guys like rainbow, it rained here earlier in the week. And I think it's only rained one day in 3 months that I've been here, but we got this beautiful, it's kind of hard to see, but you can see the rainbow from the rain in the background, but it gets better. I've been in Mexico a long time, but then after we saw this rainbow, then this happened. Check that out. It's like a double rainbow. And it was just incredible beauty. How many of you guys have seen double rainos? Double rainbows. I've never seen that before. That's just like awesome. Mexico, you never know what you're going to see in Mexico. As I talk to you right now, I'm surrounded by windows. I've got a full wall window in front of me, full wall windows to the right of me, and I was sitting at my computer earlier in the week, and I saw this clip that I'm going to show you now. It was only 9 seconds, but I slowed it down so you could see it better. Here you go. You're going to like this. There you go. I turned this into like a one. It's actually about a 42-second clip. Of course, that's a hummingbird in slow motion getting nectar from the flower. What a beautiful thing to see. Lots of hummingbirds. Everywhere I've lived, no, not everywhere, but in Guadalajara, in Chapala, there were lots and lots of hummingbirds. Mexico is just so fabulous, you never know what you're going to see. Okay. James and Reed, what happens in Vegas comes to Ajijic. That's funny. Malarkey, many times in Washington, so much rain and crazy weather. Yeah, okay. So I have some more clips for you too. Okay. Jordan White, in the last 5 months, we only had 30 minutes of rain after the heavy winds. Rango is in the house. Ola Rango, Fab Taylor. Good morning, Bill and family. You guys are my family. I tell you, so anyway, I'm moving to Ajijic 1 week from tomorrow. 1 week from tomorrow, I'm packing up all my stuff and moving to Ajijic. Chris and Mark, that's CMT 63. They're moving to Ajijic from Florida. They've been in Ajijic for about a month now. I think they were going to stay for 2 weeks. But Ajijic got good to them. They couldn't leave. So in their hotel, the Posada, which is a nice hotel in Ajijic, they extended their stay through May the 3rd, and they've already rented an apartment, but they can't return until like the end of June. So they said, Bill, do you want to stay in our place that we're rented out for the entire months of May and June for free? I said I had to think about it. I didn't have to think about it for too long, but after we got together in Ajijic, and we went to La Bodega, and I tell you, given how I'm living now, it's like I'm in the middle of nowhere. I don't see any people. all I see is hummingbirds and rainbows, and it's a bit different. It's really different. I'm gonna show you some clips of where I live and the isolated experience. But 1 week from today, when I broadcast next Saturday, I will be 1 day away from moving to Ajijic, and that will give me 2 months to decide where I'm going to move to next. I did a couple of videos this week. One was on a coffee farm in Colima. It's very short. It's only 12 minutes. And then I interviewed Terry, and Terry knows who she is. That's not her screen name when she shows up with us. And she hadn't told me that I'm allowed to tell people what her screen name is when she is with us. But I did an interview with her. It's like 52 minutes. Most people really liked the video, and both of those links are in the description below. But I'm finding out, I tell people, well, and hey, I've been doing these live broadcasts for about a year now, and I find myself telling people, oh, don't go to Ajijic, don't go to Chapala, get away from those places, go somewhere where there aren't a lot of expats. Go somewhere where you can live in a true Mexican environment. Well, I'm here living in a real Mexican environment, and I tell you what, after going to Ajijic, I love Ajijic. And after my interview with Terry, I found out something. Terry, John Colby, I got to click the magic button. John Colby, thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for contributing to the channel. Thank you so much. Oh, thank you, CMT63. Let's see what's going on. Remember to click the like button. Paul Lou, thank you for the advertisement. BJ, have been there. I've seen double rainbows in the USA. I've never seen it before. Paul Lou, yes. BJ, Bill, where is the new house? The new place, I've never been to the new place. CMT63, that's Chris and Mark. They know where it is. They've been there. They rented it. CMT63, both videos are good. Terry was wonderful. Yes, she is. She's a very wonderful person. Senor Mexico, buenos dias. Hope to get an appointment in DC next month for my visa permanente. Ooh, and Senor Mexico 1968. If you're getting a permanent visa, that means you have big money. If you're single, Senor Mexico, and we got single chicks, you want to hit him up, because to get a permanent visa, you got to have some cash. Love to travel. Good morning. Happy to have you in the house. Love to travel. Jordan White. Bill, my wife wanted an air conditioner, so I bought a portable floor one. Well, the neighbors and the other Mexican people think we are crazy. But hell, it gets 100 degrees here. I tell you what, man. I tell you what. When it gets hot here, it gets hot. And I like to turn on the air, so there's nothing crazy about that. Okay. Fab Taylor, good decision to leave. Was concerned about your safety. Fab Taylor, thank you so much. Speaking of where I live, you guys got to see this. Okay, you guys got to see this. When I first got here, what you're about to see didn't bother me that much because it was kind of new. Well, it was brand new. But now today's Saturday. After this broadcast on Saturday, I just relax. I might watch a movie, sit out on the back porch, maybe fly the drone a little bit. But doing my videos and preparing for the Saturday presentations because I don't want to show up and have a bad presentation on Saturday, okay? But anyway, so usually on Saturday, I go into town. In fact, every day I go into town. And when I first got here, I was thinking that going into town was only taking like 5 minutes. But now I've been going into town almost every day, and I figured out it takes me about 15 minutes to get into town. I mean, I'm out here all by myself, and then when I get to town, it's a very small town, but you guys got to see this video. You got to see this video here. When I leave the house, this is what happens. Here we go. There's the house. There's a little gate. I've got to unlock the gate, and here's what I see when I open the gate and drive the car out of the gate. 2 horses live right behind me. The car's running. I'm going to get in the car. Okay, now you got to check this out. Okay, so now the gate is closed. The gate is locked. All right, so here we go. We're in the car. We're headed into town. This is what happens when I head into, there's the house over on the right. You can see it's pretty secure. It's got brick and high fences. That brick wall on the right, Mike and Danny built that. It goes all the way around the house. It's about an 8-foot wall, brick wall. So here we go. I'm headed into town on the dirt road. Oh, ho, ho. Okay, now here's the good part. Now I'm going to go across the creek. The creek is all dried up, but those big rocks right in front of me, that's where the creek is. And if it rains, sometimes in the rainy season, they say it rains and the creek rises up, so you can't leave the house. And that was kind of bothering me because, you know, you can't leave the house. How am I going to visit places and do videos? So I crossed the creek, and now I get to the road so that I can go into town. And notice you haven't seen any people. Here comes the bimbo truck. Woo! There you go. They're delivering to somebody out here. Okay, so now I can get on the road, and notice you haven't seen any people. There were no people, just me and the car, and there's no radio stations out here either. 0 radio stations. Crapo, Dr. John, do you have to tend to the horses? Any chickens or other animals on our property? Now, Danny left. He's in Bogota, Colombia right now. And I said, should I keep the gates locked and closed all the time? And the only reason that he has gates out there is because the wild animals come into the yards. Cows, horses. I saw a rabbit yesterday. But they come into the yard, and the horses poo-poo in the yard, big mounds of poo-poo. So that's why we keep the gates locked. Okay, so that's not everything, you guys. Okay, now here's a trip. So I'm cruising, I get out on the road, and I'm gonna show you this. Yeah, Dr. John, the creek is a problem when the rainy season comes, because then you can't leave. And they said sometimes you can't leave for 3 or 4 days. Oh, whatever, but okay. Now, this is kind of interesting. I've never seen this. I slowed this clip down so you can get a better look at it. This is about a quarter mile from the house on the road leading into town. But these guys make bricks. And look at that structure right there. They actually make the bricks, and it looks like they have supports all around that block of brick. That's because they fire the bricks. I don't quite understand how they do it, but they have to fire up the bricks and cook them so that, okay, so you can see here are the individual bricks. So they let the bricks dry out, and then they take them over there, stack them up, and then they fire the bricks up. Okay, I've never seen that. I mean, you know, maybe everybody else has seen people making bricks, but that's kind of a trip. Those guys are out there all the time, and every house that I have lived in Mexico is made up of bricks. I have never seen drywall anywhere that I've lived. No drywall. Everything is bricks. I have more stuff coming up here. Jordan White. The difference between a temporary residency is that you needs to be renewed at least once if you stay there more than a year, whereas permanent residency never needs to be renewed and never expires. Exactly. I have a permanent visa. I'm so happy about that. Jack Webb, since staying out in the country, you have come across many cascabeles, aka rattlesnakes. No, I haven't seen any rattlesnakes. I haven't seen any rattlesnakes, but check this out. Then I drive down the road a little bit, and I'm still on the road, headed into town. You might start to see people here. But this is only a 40-second clip. But over here, you can see these donkeys. 3 donkeys. They're out there all the time. And I asked Mike and Danny, why do these people have the donkeys? I mean, the donkeys don't do anything. They don't work. They just hang out here in this field every day. That's how I live. This is how I've been living. This is how I've been living, you guys. Donkeys, horses. I mean, and I've got more. I got more coming up. Check this out. And I'm just showing you this stuff because after doing that video with Terry this week, Terry says something in the video that really woke me up. And my cousin Tulsi said this exact same thing as Terry. Terry said, well, when I lived, and I asked her, why did you move to Ajijic? And she says, well, when I was in Guadalajara, the whole time I was there, I didn't hear any English. I didn't hear any English for the whole time in Guadalajara. And my cousin Tulsi said the same thing. And Tulsi and Terry, their Spanish is very challenged, and they started to feel, I'm going to say, lonely and separated. So both of them moved to Ajijic. And in the interview, Terry said that Ajijic is a great landing place if you're moving to Mexico, because there's so much information there. There are so many expats there that have been there a long time, and anything you want to know, anything you want to do, you can just ask an expat. You can go to the Lake Chapala Society. They have the answers to everything, and it's just the basic stuff that you want to know. How do I get internet? How do I get a visa? How do I get an attorney? Where's the grocery store? I mean, when I move back to Ajijic, I'm going to be so happy that I can go to Walmart. It sounds pretty shallow, but I'm going to be so happy. And Terry said Ajijic is a great landing place. And that's so true because you can talk English to people. Being able to communicate with people is a wonderful thing. And I think my next video is going to be about choosing a place to live in Mexico. When I first moved here, I lived in Puerto Vallarta, and there weren't a super lot of expats in Puerto Vallarta, but there were a lot. So at any time of day, you could always find some expat, say hello, where are you from, talk to them a little bit. And I think that almost every expat I met in Puerto Vallarta became a friend of mine. You would exchange phone numbers, maybe meet at a cafe regularly. And I need that. Maybe everybody doesn't need that. I didn't think I needed that until I was here for 3 months. I thought, I can just live by myself. And in reality, you guys are my family. You guys are the people that I communicate with. And having this channel, I've made such wonderful friends. I've met so many people. We have a new development going down that road as we go along in through this broadcast. Love to travel. Speaking of poisonous, what kind of poisonous spiders do you have in the area? Okay. Mexicans know the poisonous spiders. People that are from Mexico, they know which ones are the good spiders and the bad spiders. I don't know which ones are which. They say the more colorful they are, the more poisonous they are. So if there's a spider in the house, I kill it. I don't care what color it is or how big it is, how small it is. I kill all the spiders, okay? I don't want to find out later. Okay, maybe you could park your car beyond the creek. Yeah. That's what Danny does. He said, and Danny, who's the owner, he has some boots he keeps right outside of the house, but what a pain in the butt. No, I tell you what, I don't want to take 15 minutes to get into town. And then you get into town, I still don't know where everything is. I'm done with this. Jordan White. The lizards here make hissing sounds at night, and my wife said she had a headache. Oh, yeah, the lizards. The geckos. Yeah, we have lots of those. Jack Webb, by the way, I met your attorney friend at the LCS. He's a nice guy, Alvaro. Alvaro has helped so many people out to get their visas. He's helping Mark and Chris get their visas. Terry used Alvaro to get her visa. He's gotten me 3 visas. He's excellent. And his email is in the description below. And I'm just surprised that he gets back to everybody that contacts him. Ooh, how is Mazatlan for English and not speakers? Okay, Mitchell, we have a special segment on Mazatlan coming up in a couple of minutes. I'm going to address that question. But I'm going to say when I was in Mazatlan, I stayed at Reina del Mar bed and breakfast with Sherry and Robert. And Sherry is a Canadian, Robert is a Canadian, and Sherry lived in Ajijic for 3 months, and then she moved to Mazatlan, and she never went back to Ajijic. And we were on a 1-week tour. It was a fabulous tour. And Sherry and Robert have a bunch of English-speaking friends. And when I was walking up and down the Malecon almost every morning, there were many expats. Not an overwhelming amount, but there are a lot of English-speaking people in Mazatlan. But one thing striking that Sherry told me, but I don't know how old Sherry is. I think she's like 50. She said, Bill, you're too young to live in Ajijic. But Okay, so I'm going to live in Ajijic for a couple of months, make some decisions. But Mazatlan, I really enjoyed Mazatlan. Crapo. My backyard patio area in Guadalajara was always full of black widows. Okay. Doing out visas. Does that mean doing our visas? Okay, we're going to go down the road a little bit more here. Okay, Jordan White, fun fact. Bill, did you know that the Mexican government brought in lizards to eat the scorpions? Cool. It really helped, and the scorpion population is really down. Yeah, you get bit by a scorpion, it can be very bad. You can even die. You can die. There's only a certain percentage of the species of scorpions that will bite you and kill you. That percentage is not very high, but if you get bit by a scorpion, you can get very sick. Okay, so I'm going to head back here. So, okay, now I'm getting closer to town. Notice you still don't, there's another donkey over there. There's another donkey. He even looks at me. Look at him. He's looking from behind the tree saying, what's this guy doing? This is just 1 minute. This is a 1 minute clip, okay? Okay, so now we start to see the signs of life. Notice you see no people. There's the elementary school. I think they were off this week because it was Easter week or something. The small little houses. In a second, you're going to see, and look, you see no people. This is the little store where you can go in here. I got to pause the video right there. This place, they sell hot dogs and hamburgers in the morning only. Like at 11:30, they stop making the hot dogs and the hamburgers, and they consider that breakfast. They sell a lot of breakfast hot dogs and hamburgers to workers in the area, and they close at 11:30 in the morning. Now, okay, I'm going to click the pause button here in a second. This orange house, here we go. This orange house right here, I call this lady the chicken lady. She lives there with her children. I think she has 3 or 4 children. They have grandchildren. And on Saturdays and Sundays, she sells rotisserie chickens. So that silver thing on the left, that's where she cooks her chickens. And I go there every Saturday afternoon around 1 or 2 o'clock. Buy half a chicken. It comes with tortillas, rice, peppers. There's one other thing. I forget what it is. It's pretty good. But that's the fast food. That's fast food. Okay. Mao, okay. Dr. John, crapo. I had the home treated several months ago, and they found 3 black widow spiders under the patio furniture. I was glad I got the treatment. Mao, I was stung by a scorpion, very painful, but lived. William, hi, Bill. This is a Bill as well. My question is, do you know if there is a need in the cities you have been in there in Mexico for real estate photographers? Sure. There's real estate everywhere. When I was in Mazatlan with Sherry and Robert, and I've done many videos with Katie Ibarra, and if you get on YouTube and look up real estate, Ajijic, all those, there are so many videos, and a lot of those realty companies hire people to make those videos, to take the pictures, to record videos, and there's a big market for real estate in Ajijic. And Robert, when I was in Mazatlan, told me that that I could earn money making drone shots and tours of houses for sale in Mazatlan. So yeah, I'd say there is a market. Rochelle Katz, hola Rochelle. Good morning, Rochelle. Good to see you in the house. Okay, now I'm going to talk about something else. I'm still headed into town. Check this out. Now I'm getting into town, and looky here. It's kind of hard to see, but right in front of the car, there's a huge speed bump. That is a speed bump. They're called toll pays, and you will find these throughout Mexico. And it's really hard to see, but it's right in the middle of the image. It crosses the entire street. It goes up. It's just like an oval, a half oval. It goes up about 6 inches. Okay, now check this out. Okay. Ooh, BJ Smith. Thank you so much for sponsoring the channel. This is what I do for a living, folks, and any support, any financial support I get is greatly appreciated. Thank you so much. But going back to this toll pay, going back to the speed bump, what I'm going to show you again. I slowed this video down so you could see it. There it is, right there, right in front of the car. Now, and you'll see the car. I'm going to go over the speed bump. They have speed bumps about once every, thank you, BJ. That pays for the chicken right there. That pays for the chicken. Okay, now this town, the population is about 4,000 people. I'm going to say it's about 20 blocks by 20 blocks. That's where you have a fair amount of people, lots of houses, all the shops and everything. They do not have one stoplight in this city, not even on the four-way highway that goes right through the middle of town. This four-lane highway, it goes from the city of Tequila to Guadalajara, and it goes right through the middle of this town. They don't have any spots, any stoplights. All they have is speed bumps, and the speed bumps are huge. So people have to slow down. They have a speed bump 2 times in each block. They have no stop signs. And they have these things throughout Mexico. If you're driving around on some back road somewhere and you get to a small town, they're going to have speed bumps. And most of the time, there aren't any signs that say speed bump. And if you go over a speed bump, one of these speed bumps at about 40 miles an hour, it can knock out your transmission, knock out important stuff on your car. And you when you drive down here, you always have to look out for speed bumps because they can be anywhere. And if you go over them too fast, your car is going to get screwed. So it's funny because in the United States, you look for lights and you look for stop signs. And those are either up or they're in the horizontal position in front of your eyes, okay? Speed bumps are on the ground. So when you drive in Mexico, you constantly have to look at the ground, and most speed bumps are the same color as the road. So you can't see them. You have to be very careful driving around. Okay. E. Garcia, good morning, Bill Enrique from Chicago. Temp is in the 80s. Enjoy it, Enrique. The good time has come. Mitchell, any recent or new developments regarding the 180-day tourist visa. I haven't heard anything new. Somebody told me that if you want, I think it depends on where you're flying into and the bosses that are there. I think that one boss might say, oh yeah, give everybody 180-day visas. I think that other bosses are saying, well, only give them 12-day visas, whatever. But it's all up in the air. I did talk to a subscriber that just printed out a hotel receipt that he had paid for 6 months at this hotel, and he printed it out. I don't even think it was a real hotel, but that helped this person get a 180-day visa with no problem. Okay, Jordan White. The bus drivers know where all the speed bumps are, and some are painted yellow. Yeah, some. That's the key word, Jordan. Some are painted yellow. I'd say about 3% of the speed bumps are yellow. Okay, Dan Mack. Hansford Street, a block over from me, have speed bumps like you're talking about here in Columbus. Okay, I've never, okay, right on, yes, speed bumps. Jordan White, there is no stop signs in my town. Okay, yeah, the only stop signs that I've seen in this town are at the railroad tracks. Now that's funny, okay? You got to see this, because even in hick towns in Ohio where there's a railroad crossing, they have those white things go like this, and then when the train comes, it goes ding 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 ding, and you can't get through there because that thing is there. Even in hick towns, they have the railroad goes right through the middle of town. They're all freight trains. They don't carry people. And there's just a stop sign. So you got to look both ways to see if a train is coming. That's funny. Oh my God. Oh, whatever. Okay, so you've seen me leave the house. You've seen me go into town, and then I come back to the house. Here I am. There's the gate. I went into town, got my stuff. I'm going to unlock the gate, go into the house. This trip took me about 45 minutes. And when I come back, here are the horses that live right behind this house. And many times these horses get out, and if the gate is not closed, they come into the backyard and go poo-poo. Okay? I mean, they're beautiful, but this is how I have been living. This is how I've been living for 3 months, and 1 week from tomorrow, no more. No more. I'm moving to Ajijic, and when I was in Ajijic with Chris and Mark, and we walked out of the hotel, we walked a block or two. We're at a nice place to get something to eat with music. There are people speaking English. I'll be so happy to be able to walk to OXXO. I'll be so happy not to need a car. I'll be so happy. So anyway, I'm moving here, going back to Ajijic. I got a free place to stay for 2 months to figure out where I'm going to move to next. But there's more. There's more. Okay, Jordan White, at the Nuevo Laredo border crossing, they are giving 180-day visas. Oh, okay, now, okie dokie. Okay, now, memory just popped something up in my mind. After last week's broadcast, a guy named Gary called me, and he called me on the phone, and we talked for like a half an hour. He had watched the broadcast. He had watched the broadcast. He said he was in Mazatlan, and his 180-day visa had expired. And he told me something that I had never heard of before. He said I forget where he went to make this happen, but he told them that his 180-day visa had expired. So they gave him a 4-year visa. Never heard of that before. I've never heard of a 4-year visa. I've never heard of, and he said Mazatlan is the only place that does this. Never heard that before. I talked to him last week. He said he got a 4-year visa only because his 180-day visa had expired. Whoops. Okay, here we go. Brian Maiden. I don't blame you for moving. Brian, this place, it's beautiful. It's peaceful. I love this deck, but I'm out of here, man. I'm going to see some people, do some walking, go to some restaurants. I'm gone. But there's more. There's more to come. More good news. So I'm sitting here at the desk, editing videos, preparing for Saturday, so I can do a good broadcast. And the phone rings. And my little phone says, it's Robert. Okay. Actually, the phone name is Robert Dildo. That's what I named my contact, because this is Robert from Reina Del Mar Bed and Breakfast in Mazatlan, but Robert owns a dildo shop in Ajijic. So I look at the phone. It's Robert. Answer the phone. We talk for a while, and he wants me to go to Mazatlan for another week, because he says there's all kinds of new stuff in Mazatlan. They have a wonderful tour. They have a wonderful tour through Mazatlan. We went to all kinds of nice places. And maybe you've seen that there's Robert right in the middle with the hat and the white coat. But they put you in this van and you drive to Mazatlan. It's about a 5 or 6 hour drive. That is at the plaza Sunday morning at 8 o'clock in Ajijic. There's the plaza right there. So I'm going back to Mazatlan, and I'm going to look around for apartments in Mazatlan. We have a couple more Mazatlan clips I'm going to share with you today. But I'm looking forward to it. I'm going with Robert. Okay, I believe I'm leaving Ajijic on the 8th of May. That's a Sunday. Also, after I was in Mazatlan with Robert and Sherry, Robert had been putting all of he does a lot of videos, but he was posting them on Facebook. So after they saw my drone stuff and the video stuff that I did for him, then they started putting their videos on YouTube. So they're up to 800 subscribers on YouTube, and I think their channel has only been up for it couldn't have been up more than 5 months, but that's very good. I don't even think that they understand that they can get monetized. To get monetized, to make money on YouTube, you have to have 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch time hours. Then you can make money from YouTube, but whatever. They're doing well. I'm going back to Mazatlan. And the good thing about Robert's place, here is his bed and breakfast. And you're going to see his sign. His bed and breakfast is right over there on the left-hand side. They have a pool in there, a little small bar. Here you go. Look at the address. It's number 3. And that's because it's only a half a block away from the beach. But it's a wonderful bed and breakfast, and this tour is fabulous. And there you go. This is Robert and Sherry's place, Reina Del Mar, bread, bed, and breakfast. And the really good thing, gotta hit this button right here. Thank you very much, Senor Mexico. Thank you for that donation. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Senor Mexico. 9.99. That goes a long way here in Mexico. Thank you so much. That's a lot of money. Thank you, all you. Thank you guys for hitting the like button. Thanks for showing up this Saturday. I will be back next Saturday. I don't know what I'm going to be talking about next Saturday. Let's see what's going on up here. She thinks, so she speaks. They are doing the 4-year visa in Meridia as well. I've never heard of a 4-year visa. Now, when I go back to Ajijic, I gotta set a meeting up with Alvaro, the immigration attorney, just to do a video about changes in the visas. We did a video with Alvaro about a year ago, and that video's had about 6,000 views. A lot of my subscribers have used them. Everyone has been happy. Okay, love to travel. Thanks for the info, Jordan. I was a YouTube last week from a guy that said the MX consulates change different prices in different U.S. cities. Okay, Brian Maiden. You crack me up when you talk about dildo shop. Yeah, he owns a dildo shop. To my knowledge, it's the only one in Ajijic. In fact, that's the only dildo shop I've seen in Mexico. Tim Olson, I'll be in Mazatlan in May. I will be in Mazatlan from the 8th of May until about, I guess, 6 days until about the 16th or something like that. The 4-year visa, Jordan White, the 4-year visa is only for work visas. Oh, which is shown as a Mexico work visa. Okay, the cleaning lady is here. The cleaning lady is Danny's aunt. And they pay her a lot of money to keep this house clean. She comes in once a week. She stays for 3 hours, and she's good at what she does. She cleans this whole place. But that's for 3 hours. I don't think she's ever had an office job because she comes Tuesdays at 9 o'clock in the morning, and she brings her little boom box and she starts playing music. I'm on my computer. Many times she's come here and I'm teaching a class online. She has no idea. She got her boom box mariachi music playing. What? She doesn't have a clue, or I'm editing videos, or I'm writing search engine optimization. I guess she just thinks it's okay to come in and invade my space with her mariachi music. But I'm bringing her up because she's watering the plants outside now. Oh, whatever. So she's just spraying water on the window as I live broadcast. And she knows I'm in here live broadcasting. What kind of respect is that? But anyway, yes. Tim Olson, maybe I'll see you there. When you get there, I'll get there. I get the Mazatlan on the 8th. We'll get to Mazatlan around 3 o'clock in the afternoon. So email me. I'll be checking an email all of the time. Okay, now another good thing about Robert's Hotel, it's a half a block from this. This is the longest Malecon in Mexico. The Malecon, or you can call it the boardwalk, which is actually the cement walk, is 17 miles long. You can walk down the Malecon and look at the view. This is a half a block from Robert's hotel. And there's the Malecon. That's a small piece of it. That's like 3/4 of a mile of the Malecon. And it's just filled with restaurants, things to see, people to meet. Let's go back here. This is where I live. This is where I live. Yeah. Do you want to live? I mean, this is where I'm living now, huh? That's where I live now. Would you rather live here or there? Yeah, I'm seriously considering Mazatlan. The only thing about Mazatlan is it's on the coast. It's on the West Coast. And there are so many cities that I want to visit. There are so many cities that I want to visit that are in central Mexico, which would really lengthen the time of my trips. So let's just see what happens. Let's see what happens. And here is Mazatlan at nighttime. This is our first night there. There's Robert with the white shirt and the fuzzy hair. This is a Sunday night. We are headed to the plaza. Mazatlan is a city that is filled with life. There's Sherry with the blonde hair right there. She's the co-owner. But look at this. This is Sunday night. Look at the restaurants. The plaza is just full of people, full of life. I can do this. Robert said, look at that. That's Sunday night in Mazatlan. Sunday night in Mazatlan. It's fabulous. Robert said that many people that take his tour, it leaves Ajijic Sundays at 8 o'clock in the morning. They return Friday evening. Last time we got back around 7 or 8 o'clock at night. And he said many people that take the tour move to Mazatlan from Ajijic. And he said a couple of people that he still knows, they took his tour, they came back to Mazatlan, they got apartments. And he said this one lady has a really nice apartment, 2 blocks from the beach, and she's paying $350 a month. $350 a month. And he said it's a really nice apartment. I can do that. And I might move to Mazatlan and just change the way that I do my videos. I think I start doing a lot more interview videos. Maybe only go to one place. I still want to go to San Miguel Allende and other places in Mexico, but let's see what happens. Check in with me 2 weeks. Next week, I'll be going live out of this location for the last time. The next day, I'll move to Ajijic. And so in 2 weeks, I'll be broadcasting live from Ajijic, Mexico. Let's see what's going on. Tim Olson, introduce her to earbuds. Right. Rena, that 4-year residency visa is a recent program that was developed for permanent tourists who have gotten caught out by new visa requirements. It could be ended soon. Okay, I've never heard of the 4-year visa. Mitchell, what are the main differences, in your opinion, between Mazatlan and Puerto Vallarta? Okay, Mitchell. That is an excellent question. Okay, let me say this. Puerto Vallarta is a tourist town. And of course, all generalities are false. But I lived in Puerto Vallarta for 10 years. And they have all kinds of those timeshares, condos that they sell for timeshares, all kinds of resorts there. The beach is there. Puerto Vallarta is a tourist town. It's like going to Disneyland. That's how they make their money, on tourism. And I think that they educate their people to fulfill the jobs that tourism creates, meaning that if you need a bunch of people to clean toilets and make beds, then you don't educate them to be rocket scientists. That's what I'm going to say. I'm going to say that Mazatlan is much more sophisticated than Puerto Vallarta because they have industry there. And the last time, the beauty of taking the tour with Robert is as we're in the van for that 5 hours, he told us about all of the industry in Mazatlan. They have this type of manufacturing, this type of manufacturing, this type of manufacturing. They have universities. I'm going to say that Mazatlan is much more sophisticated than Puerto Vallarta. And when I was walking the streets, when we would walk the streets of Mazatlan, and all the cafes along the Malecon, the boardwalk, were filled with Mexican nationals, and there were expats also. But, now think about this. I'm walking along the Malecon. I'm walking around the Malecon, and all of the shops and restaurants were filled with Mexican nationals. And they were all in their late 20s, mid 30s. They all looked sophisticated. They looked like they were intelligent people. But I remember many times walking down the Malecon on a Saturday night in Puerto Vallarta, and the bars would be filled with Canadians and Americans. And there were no Mexican nationals in the bars, and the bars were packed. And you're on the Malecon, and there were thousands of Mexican nationals on the Malecon, but they weren't going into the bars. And many times they had their kids with them. And the bars, many of the bars in Puerto Vallarta are all open wall. It might be a 3-story bar, and you can see right inside the bar. And many of the Mexican nationals in Puerto Vallarta wouldn't go in the bars because they couldn't afford to go in the bars. So they would sit out on the Malecon and watch the Canadians and the Americans in the bars. That's the difference between Puerto Vallarta and Mazatlan, in my opinion. Rango, thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution. Yep, I prepared for this Saturday broadcast all through the week. When I quit this broadcast today, I start thinking about next week's broadcast. What information can I share? What do I know? What pictures can I show? What stories can I tell? So I thank you guys for being here. I thank you for clicking the like button. Thank you so much for clicking that like button. Thank you for being here, and thank you for contributing to the channel. And for you people that are watching the rebroadcast, if you would like to support the channel, I do have a donate button down below in the description. Feel free to donate. So when I go to, let's see what's going on here. Rena, okay. It could be ended soon. I think she's referring to the 4-year visa. Retire in Mexico, No Bull did a series on getting residency recently. He covers that program and everything you need to know about visas in those 2 videos. Thank you, Rena. No Bull. Retire in Mexico, Noble. I'll have to check that out. Thank you very much. Rango, I'd love to see more of the towns all around Lake Chapala. Well, Rango, again, thank you for your contribution. And Rango, I'm going to be in Ajijic for 2 months. That gives me a lot of time to maybe make some more videos around the Ajijic Chapala area. So I hope we can meet your needs. CMT 63, that's Chris or Mark or both. We are still finding great places in Ajijic. Went to the Wednesday Tianguis, and it was an eye-opener. Can purchase a bunch of things. And CMT 63 is talking about the Tianguis, and that's, I'm going to call it, you could call it a bazaar. You could call it a flea market. Almost every small town, big city, I'm just going to call it a flea market. And usually that's a place where you can go and get stuff that is really cheap. All the clothes that I have on, every hoodie that you see me wear is from the flea market. And Ajijic has their flea market on Wednesdays, every Wednesday, and you can buy fruits, fresh fruits and vegetables. You can get raw chickens, meat, clothing, artwork. But the thing is, it's Ajijic, so all the merchants charge you more. I would go to the flea market in Chapala, which is a lot cheaper. So when I bought this sweatshirt here, it was like $3. This shirt, I probably bought this shirt here. It's like a thermal shirt. It only costs like 50 cents. I got matching pants that go with this shirt. That probably cost me 50 cents. They call it the Tianguis. In the little small town that I'm in right now, they have their Tianguis is every Wednesday. And so if you're living in Mexico, you got to find the Tianguis. I have about 10 of these hoodies and about 10 pairs of workout pants. And the most expensive thing that I got was like $3. And you just look around for the quality. And I would see ladies show up at the Tianguis driving a Mercedes. They'd have like a Rolex watch on. Okay. Mercedes, Rolex watch. And if you go to a real Tianguis, I don't think the Tianguis or flea market in Ajijic is truly reflective of a Mexican flea market. If you go to a real Mexican flea market, then everything gets more real. And you have these guys that show up with these trucks of clothing, and none of it's folded up. It's just like it looks like a big mound of clothes that just came out of the dryer, but nobody folded it up. So out of the truck, that in one spot in the flea market, this one shop might have like 8 tables, and they take these clothes and just throw them on the tables, and they're all wrinkled up. It's just a big, like 8 big piles of clothes. And so this lady that shows up with the Rolex watch and the Mercedes, she goes over there and she's going through these clothes, and each table will have a sign, and they'll say, everything on this table is like 50 cents. Everything on this table is $1. And on there, they'll have blouses, dresses, jeans, all the kind of clothes, brassieres, have everything you can ever think of. And so you go there, and so the lady with the Rolex watch that drove the Mercedes in, she's there just going through the pile. To many people, that would be too low life. You think, oh, I'd have to be a low life to go through all of this clothing, but But anyway, yeah, CMT 63, anywhere you are in Mexico, check out the flea market, the Tianguis. Oh, I had a friend in Puerto Vallarta. I'd never been to one of these flea markets before. Her name was, I forget her name, but she would take me to the Tianguis every Saturday in Puerto Vallarta, the flea market. And one thing about the flea market is Linda Burns. Linda Burns, thank you. Thank you so much for your contribution, Linda Burns. Oh, with your contributions for today, that's like $30. That's like six chickens. I can eat for like 2 months on that much money. Shoot. Okay. But Piper, my friend's name was Piper Sellers, and she was a black chick from California that had bought a brand new house in Puerto Vallarta with her husband. It came fully furnished with big screen televisions and leather couches, but she would go to the Tianguis in Puerto Vallarta every Saturday. Okay, why did she go to the Tianguis? To buy DVD movies. In Mexico, you go to the Tianguis, and if Tom Cruise put out a movie yesterday, they would have it at the flea market today. And so she would show up, and she knew the guys that sold the movies on DVD, and they would, when new movies came out, they would pull aside these DVDs for Piper, and they would have them ready for her. And you could buy these things for like 50 cents for a brand new movie. It's crazy. Mexico's crazy. LJ is in the house. Click the like button. Woohoo! Oh, okay. Now let's see what's going on. Okay, James and Rena, retire in Mexico, no bull, has great information. I've never heard of them before. I'm going to have to check them out. Oh, James. Okay, James. Okay. Okay, let me see what's going on over here. Jordan White, how you doing in Mexico? We love it. Oh, yeah, CMT 63, that's Mark and Chris. They love it down here. I'm telling you, man, you move down here and you don't love it. But Ajijic is an easy place to love. There's lots to do. You can do new things all the time. You meet people. They've met so many people down here. It's great. We can't wait to get our dog and pack up and leave Florida. Woohoo! Jordan White, good luck to you. Elizabeth, Bill, it is about the thrill of the hunt. Bill, it is about the thrill of the hunt. Yeah, I don't know where I'm going to end up. I'm 65 years old. I don't know how many more years I have coming up. I don't know where I'm going to be living in 3 months. I don't know what part of Mexico I'm going to live in. But where it could be San Miguel Allende. It might be Mazatlan. I know it won't be here. It won't be here. Okay, let's see. That girl. Okay. That girl. I love the Tianguis flea market in Tonala. That one is well known and awesome. Check it out. Okay, Tonala. CMT 63. The people here have been exceptionally helpful on finding a place, information about where to go and what is going on locally. We've been doing everything on our own without tours. Yeah, that's fabulous. Yeah, without tours. You don't need a tour. All you have to do is ask people questions in Ajijic, and you can get the answers in Spanish. I remember the first time I went to my cousin's house about the main drag of Ajijic is about 5 blocks away from the hotel that I was staying in, the Basada Hotel. That's where Mark and Chris are staying right now. But about 5 blocks from the main drag is a Farmacia Guadalajara. It's a pharmacy. And they have those all over Mexico. So I didn't know where my cousin's street was. So I'm right in front of Farmacia Guadalajara. And there are 3 expats standing on the main drag, chatting away. And I went up to them and I said, I'm lost. I'm trying to find this street right here. And they just looked at me, and all of them had the eyes of love upon me. And they just stopped their conversation. Oh, and they said, that street is right over there. It's 1 block away. People, I'm going to say in Ajijic, the expats that you meet will just share love with you. And yeah, I've really changed my attitude towards Ajijic. It's wonderful. Okay, LJ. Bill, only if you were in the mood. You said someday you would share the story of your car repair headache. Oh, there's certain parts of that story, LJ. I shared that story, but there's certain things that I just can't say about that story. I can't. There's stuff in there I just cannot share. Cindy, how about just continuing to slow travel for a while? It sounds quite free. Yeah, to slow travel. Yeah, Cindy, I think I'm just going to keep moving around. I think I'll stay a year here, a year there, just visit places. I don't own hardly anything, so it's very easy for me to move. But I tell you what, on the 8th of May, here's where I'm going. And I think this is a video clip of Stone Island, which is a part of Mazatlan. And this water, it looks so blue and clean. The water in Puerto Vallarta doesn't look like this. And I think this is in the morning. No, this is at about 1 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday. But this is the beach on Stone Island. You take a taxi to a shuttle. You go for about a 5-minute boat ride, and the next thing you're at Stone Island on this beautiful beach, which lots and lots of restaurants. You can rent all kinds of vehicles to get around. You can get in those. I really like Mazatlan. I'm going to have to figure out how to redo the visiting places for my videos because it's so far west, so far south. But I love Mazatlan. Woo! Yes, I do. Well, you guys, that's all of the video clips that I have for today. Let me look at my list of covering things. But let's see. I'm looking at my notes. Oh, yeah, it's the end of the week, folks. And I want to thank you all for being here. I'm getting ready to hang it up. I don't know what's coming up for this week, but I think the next video I'm going to do is about what kind of place do you want to look for when you move to Mexico. And I think Chris, CMT63, she said it to me in a conversation. She said, and Terry said the same thing that Chris said. She said that Ajijic is a great landing place. It's a great first place to be. because there's so much knowledge there. The people, and there's so much English being spoken there. And people that have been there that have experience living here. So it's a great landing place, and many or most of the people in Ajijic have traveled Mexico, and they can tell you, oh, visit here, oh, we might be moving here. Or the people that took Robert's tour who are now living in Mazatlan. Sherry used to live in Ajijic. They have a bartender at Robert's bed and breakfast. She used to live in Ajijic. She moved to Mazatlan, and Sherry and her friend, I forget her friend's name, the bartender, they love Mazatlan. But Ajijic is a super landing place. If you're just getting to Mexico, it's a great starter place. Stay there for 6 months, for a year, travel around and figure out what is good for you. Okay, here we go. Ooh, Brian Maiden. Have a great weekend and week, Bill. And all in the house, Brian Maiden. Thank you very much, Samara. Gracias y adios, you guys. We've been at it for 1 hour. Ooh, what is that? Oh, okay. Okay. You guys, I'm getting ready to shut it down. But I tell you what, in 1 week, I'll see you next week. This will be my last live broadcast from here. Gracias. That girl, adios. Yeah, LJ, a great idea for a new video, Bill. The landing place also, because you can fly into Guadalajara. That's true. The Guadalajara airport's only 20 minutes from Ajijic, and there's no traffic. All right, you guys. See you next week. Same time, same place. Adios, Rango. Adios, James and Rena. I'm Bill the Geek. This is the Bill Dallas Lewis channel, and we talk about Mexico every Saturday morning at 10 a.m. Central Time. I love you all. Oh, is it safe to drive or call down to Chapala from Texas? Oh, okay. Bob Albright. All right, Christine. Adios, Christine. Bob Albright. Is it safe to drive a car from Texas to Chapala? Yeah. I would just take the toll roads, always drive in the daytime. If you take the toll roads, pretty much you're going to be the only person on the toll road, you and truckers. That's about it. But only drive in the daytime and you'll be fine. I've done it twice. J.R. Fritsch, gracias, you guys. I'm out of here. It's Saturday. I'm going to start my weekend right now. Love you all. Thanks for clicking the like button. Thank you for your donations. And I'll see you next week. Bye.